The order, please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's go ahead and introduce the commissioners. Commissioner Withrow, would you start, please?
Terry Withrow, County Representative.
Tom Dunlop, City Representative.
Jim DeMartini, County Representative.
Amy Bublak, City Member.
Brad Hahn, Public Member.
Mike Van Winkle, City Alternate.
Annabelle Gammon, alternate public member.
Sarah Lytle-Penny, Executive Officer.
Rob Terrell, LAFCO Council.
Jennifer Goss, Commission Clerk.
Okay, we now have the public comment period. If anybody would like to speak on any item that's not on the agenda, please come forward. The public is saying no, they don't want to come. Approval of minutes. I have a motion to approve the minutes of December 7th.
So moved. Second.
Okay,
Whichever he does.
take your pick. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Correspondence?
There's no specific correspondence tonight. There's some informational items in your packet.
Okay. Declaration of conflicts, anyone? Okay. Consent items. Does anybody have any comments on that, or we can just vote for it?
Move to accept.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 7A mid-year budget.
Yes, I just have a quick little couple slides on the mid-year budget, just to catch up on what's been going on lately. Your report actually details each of the accounts and where they're at as of our mid-year. This gives you just an overall summary. Our expenditures are running at 46%, and our revenues are exceeding what we originally projected. We're at 104%. That's mainly due to our application revenues. You'll recall when we adopted the budget for this year, we actually utilized some carryover. That's why you're seeing the adopted revenues being, what appears to be lower than the expenditures. A couple of other highlights that I noted in your report. Some unanticipated expenses that we had included professional development benefits that were reinstated for the employees pursuant to the county benefit system. We also had some expenses associated with recording and streaming of our meetings, and that was reviewed by the commission early in the year, actually right after we adopted our budget. We found that we could fit those within our miscellaneous expense fund. And we also noted an increase in building maintenance costs. That was due to the 10th Street JPA adopting their budget a little bit later than ours, and they ended up having some costs that were higher than what were originally projected. All of those are easily absorbed into the budget. None of them require any adjustments at this time, and I don't anticipate that they'll require adjustments by year end. Also noted here, we had application revenues that are already $12,500 above what we had originally estimated. We do conservative estimates on our applications anyway, because we have a lot of course, unpaid work that we do, MSRs, things like that. And then just noting here that all the categories themselves are projected to be within the budgeted amounts for this year. I already have projections out to year end, making sure that we're keeping in line with them. So the recommendation at this point is just to accept the mid-year budget report, and as I said previously, no adjustments are recommended at this time. And I'm available if you have any questions.
Okay, any questions? If not, do we need to vote to receive the report? Yes. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are these public hearing items?
Not necessarily, although if you'd like to give the opportunity for the public to comment, that's fine. They're just business items. There's no actual action taking place.
Okay.
So the next item that we have, and this is very much a business meeting, we've got a lot of things to take care of, is the annual election of officers. So provided in your packet is the schedule of how we rotate chair and vice chair. So next in line, if you so choose, eligible for vice chair would be Commissioner Bublak or a city member, which would be Dunlop. And then eligible for vice chair would be a county member, either Commissioner DeMartini or Commissioner Withrow. And that would be the suggested order. That's the order that we use, and then it's up to you as to which members.
Okay. Anybody want to talk?
Not really.
Okay. I think,
I was the chairman a few years ago, so I think Terry Withrow should be the vice chair. He's been anticipating this and really looking forward to it.
Well, then I second that. I don't want to ruin this.
well, we can take them both at the same time. Are you nominating someone else for the chair?
Well, I would also nominate Commissioner Bublak as the chair
Okay.
next year, and then Commissioner Withrow as the vice chair.
Mhm. And you can be the chair next time if you do a good job at vice chair.
Thank you.
So do I have a second to that?
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Thank you.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, now the expiring, the terms are expiring, not the members. I read that wrong.
So you'll see in your packet, we're noting here that this year we do have our two public members with terms that will be expiring. The report outlines a kind of an estimated timeline for how we would go about posting the vacancy. Of course, we put out a recruitment. We send out notices to the media, to all of our cities and special districts, on our Twitter, to recruit out for public members. The terms are 4 years for each position, and there's a limit for 4 years for each. The current alternate public member and the current regular public member would be eligible if they wish to apply for each other's positions, but technically each position is a vacancy, so we do have to post it and go through the process in case there's members of the public that are interested in being on LAFCO. So if the current members are interested in staying on for an additional 4 years, they would do so by applying for the other seat.
And going through the whole interview process. Okay.
So also part of this recommendation is that the commission select a subcommittee, a 2-member subcommittee, a city member and a county member, to assist us in going through applications. We're assuming, last time I think we got about a dozen applications or so, and it's very helpful for us to kind of help with the subcommittee narrow down a group of finalists, and then we would bring them to the meeting for the commission to select. So at this time, if you'd like to pick a subcommittee of 1 county and 1 city member, typically it's also the chair and vice chair, which would
Well, I
work
was
out.
just
That
going to
sounds
say, it
really
kind of
good to
sounds like
me.
we're on a roll.
I was going to say, well, she's going to be chair, and I'll do the other part. Okay, that works for me too.
What it'll end up being is it'll be one, meeting of the subcommittee outside of a normal LAFCO meeting to help staff go through the applications, and then we would bring it back to a regular commission meeting to present.
So if everybody's okay with that, need a motion, and we can move on.
I'll make the motion that the that selection committee be the chairman and the vice chair.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Commissioner comments? Seeing none, additional matters at the discretion of the chairperson. How many more meetings do I get to chair? Is this the last one, or
So
what?
this would be your last meeting. So this is your last chance to do a chairperson comment.
That's your speech right there. Go
Well,
ahead.
Last meeting as chairperson.
I have PowerPoint. No. I don't have anything I need to say. Executive officers report.
I have a couple of items. One is a save the date. We don't have a flyer yet, but when I do, I'll pass it along to you. If you've ever attended the annual planning commissioners workshops that are put on in this county, they're pretty neat. They've been going on for about 40 years. Usually there's a a topic that's of interest to planning commissioners, but it tends to be of interest to all types of commissions and board members and city council members too. This year, they're looking at Saturday, March 18th as the date for the workshop. So when we get a flyer, we'll pass it along to you and the registration information. On the horizon, we're also looking at potential dates for our commission to host a LAFCO 101 workshop. So we would invite cities, special districts, members of the public, anyone who's interested. It's been a while since we've done one. We try to do them every 4 to 5 years or so. And I think now would be especially helpful too. We're being televised, so to have it on tape as a LAFCO 101 that folks can go back and reference, that would be great. We'll probably end up doing that during or in place of a regular meeting. That way we can have it videotaped and televised. And looking right now tentatively at June for that. Coming up, I had mentioned that our biennial audit is almost complete. Didn't quite make it for this meeting, but it'll likely be in February. We also have some municipal service reviews that we're working on for MID and TID, a detachment from a water district, some policies and procedures updates, and potentially a informational report on unincorporated islands and how current legislation is affecting annexations of islands. We haven't had an update on that in a while either. That's all I have, and thank you, Commissioner Hahn, for being chairperson this past year, and Commissioner Bublak for volunteering somewhat to be chair for the coming year.
That's been the hardest part of it. I'm going to sit by her. But, oh, well, thank you very much. Okay, the next meeting is February 22nd. Nobody has anything else? Adjourn the meeting.